Right, welcome back everyone for the European Multikey tournament. Here we have a match between the 4th and 5th seed, which is gonna be Jerem versus Clamati, a full French match here. And I'm here along with Wanijimaru. Hello my friend, how are you doing?
Hello everybody. Well, doing pretty well after both of us commentated another match previously the last hour. And what's going to be fun here is that we're 4 French people. So you have the 2 French players and the 2 French casters.
Yeah. Get your best Google Translate here and have fun watching this match.
Yeah, this match in particular is going to be also close considering the seed of the 2 players. So can't wait to see how the 2 players are going to perform on this round.
Absolutely, and I believe the song we're listening to right now is one of the warm-ups here. I don't know if the map has started yet, but I think we're gonna get to see soon.
Yeah, so the map is the warm-up from, I believe, Jerem. And I don't think it has started, so we're just gonna wait until the players are ready.
I want to ask the chat how their weekend has been. I mean, we're getting closer to the ending of the weekend here, so I wonder how everyone's weekend has been.
For me, it has been fairly chill, honestly. Soon back to work as well. Alright, just waiting. Nice, okay. We see the first player, Clamati. Jerem is going to be joining soon. He was checking out the audio, and then we're gonna be fine.
We're seeing what is the map actually, and it is actually a 7K map, and it is actually rated in 1.2. This is actually 230 BPM game. This might be a card stream map. And 230 BPM card stream, this might be really fast. And this might actually be Clamati's warm-up actually, we'll see. Clamati over there saying that the map is scary, so we'll see if the map is actually scary.
Yeah, that means it's definitively Jerem's warm-up as well.
Oh, okay, so looking at Jerem's message, this might... Oh, the background, yeah, you said it too. Oh my god.
I was about to commentate on this one. At first I thought that was like a character from a Pixar movie. I think there was a movie of a guy being a bee or something. But yeah.
But yeah, this looks like this is a 115 BPM chord jack pick, so 1 or 2 snapping here, and quite dense as well, so definitely the kind of Jerem's pick here. And I mean, looking at their accuracy, they're very, very comfortable here on 7K chord jacks.
Yeah, globally very clean for the 2 players. I just wonder what exactly will make this map almost 9-star is the real question.
I mean, it's mainly due to the density, because 115 BPM is actually not that fast. It's just very, very dense.
Okay. Yeah, Jerem insanely stable there.
And Clamati is trying to maintain their accuracy, but they are not much of a core check player, but more of a core stream player in 7K, so they're struggling a little bit more here, so they're still maintaining quite well the map.
I don't know what else to comment. Shall I comment more about the map or the song?
I mean, the song is definitely something.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a normal song if people did
Or the
not
background.
bring it as a meme. I mean, the background as well. But yeah, if one thing I know, and this is a nice fun fact about the song, is that there's I mean, I'm sure people know about ISO Speed, who at some point went to China for his series of visiting the different countries and pretty much getting to know the cultures and all. And he went to China, and well, things ended up pretty fine. And he even met the singer of the song, and things ended up fine.
Now we're getting into the wars, and Jerem is actually going to be winning the wars here with 47 points here, which means
against
that they're going to
23
have
from Clamati, yeah.
Which means that they're gonna have the choice to either pick or ban first. And
goes for first pick.
Yeah, which means that Clamati will be the first one banning a map here.
I think, yeah, that's the common strategy, to go for first pick when you win the role, because it actually gives you the upper hand for the last map in case you reach the tiebreaker. And it changes a lot the match in this case.
Okay. Now we're gonna get to see Clamati's ban, and we're gonna be banning the 10K and map, which is quite a common. I mean, yeah, this ban makes sense because Clamati is not quite a 9K and 10K player, so that makes sense that they ban this map.
Yeah. And also for the 9K LN, it can definitively be harder than the 9K Rise at some of the aspects.
Okay.
And oh, okay, no, it's 10K LN, the one banned, and then 8K LN, I think, from Jerem.
5K, I think. This is 5K, I think.
Oh, yeah, let me see the big screen. Oh yeah, 5K LN indeed. So far the bans make pretty much sense. Jerem is more on the higher keys and Clamati is more on the lower keys as well.
Now we're gonna get to see the second ban from Clamati, which might be, I mean, it's either one of those 3 high key modes maps, like either the 2 9K maps or that 1 10K Rise map.
Right.
Clamati is taking time to.
Okay, he's asking if he can ban second LN.
I mean, I think you can. I think you just can't ban two maps of the same key mode, but I think you can ban 2 LN maps, so I think they can ban the 9K LN map here in this case.
Alright, let's see. We cannot ban 2 maps of the same key modes. So 9K LN is going to be the one banned, which is good. Alright. Honestly understandable. Between the 9K Rise and the LN is definitely harder as well. Like the 9K Rise, what makes it hard are the stairs and the trills, which are not simple to execute and gain accuracy with, but once you mastered it, it actually becomes very smooth and thus you don't really lose accuracy. And the 9K LN map is much more of a threat between some of the LN placements as well as the Rise nodes combined. And on the side of Jerem, we're gonna go with the 6K rice bun.
On the side of Clamati, it looks like they played the warm-up map with the wrong scroll speed and skin combination, which is why they might have well struggled with the map. But now we're gonna get into the 10K rice map.
Alright, the evolution of war. So we're gonna go straight to the 10K rice.
Let's hope that this map...
I'll go up.
Well, I just hope that this map's title doesn't get real in real life. It would be kind of scary.
Okay, I should have cut. Oh my god! What do you mean? We shall not talk about this. Come on, come on. Oh man. The real war is the one we're watching right now. It's between Jerem and Clamati. There's no other war. That's the only war we care about.
Yeah, I mean, this title of the map actually tells about the war between Jerem and Clamati, nothing else.
Yeah, it's the war between the monkey and the street. Though, a fun fact is something I'll say after the point. But so far, Jerem is pretty fine, but Clamati, oh man. Already at the 87-86%. We'll see how it goes until the first half of the map. But this difference is too big. We're talking about 40,000 points.
Even yet at the first quarter of the map, and there's already 6,000 point lead here for Jerem here. Clamati struggling even to get 85% of accuracy there.
Yeah, and it's also even worse for Clamati, who's getting closer to the 80% range. And at this point, yeah, that is clearly the point of Jerem. Not much we can comment on the side of Clamati at this stage, except on the side of Jerem, how it's going to look like.
And this is quite clean on the side of Jerem so far. So they're getting just a little bit of a drop here, but nothing too dangerous here.
Yeah. But so far fairly consistent, holding the 96.5% on the side of Jerem. It's pretty good.
Or 3,000 points, I mean 300,000 point lead. What can you say about that?
Comet is completely lost hitting random notes as is. It's either you're able to read it or it just doesn't work. And you can see Jerem being much more comfortable with the key presses. I said that, and he does get a miss on a random note, but I mean, as dumb as a mistake it is, I don't blame them if it's on a 10k rise.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jerem getting actually quite a clean score as well. Unfortunately, Clamati not being able to play that map quite well, so quite unfortunate. But now this is going to be their pick. And now I think this is their time to shine.
Now, the little fun fact I wanted to tell is that there's at some point I've seen a video of monkeys invading a city entirely. And I think that happened either in Philippines or Thailand, I don't remember. But like there was a bunch of monkeys on the entire street, the entire district, everywhere. And it was something to watch, honestly. Very scary. Because you're like, what the hell are those monkeys doing here? So yeah. That's what I wanted to say alongside the lines of monkeys versus street, which are the two tags from the two players we see here. Because RUE, of course, when you translate it in English, it's street. So now we're gonna go, well, for a classic peak 7k rise. So this should be a close point between the two players. Although I wonder if Clamati is going to get the higher accuracy. I don't know.
We'll have to see, because both players are quite prominent 7K players, so I mean, we know for sure that Clamati is considered to be the best 7K player in France, but do not underestimate Jerem. They definitely can contest up against Clamati here.
Yeah, also considering that this is the 7K map, it makes a lot of sense as well.
Here we go with the 7K rice map.
Oh, early miss from Jerem. Okay.
That's quite unfortunate, but
Oh, wait,
this is traded back by Clamati here.
Alright, now we're talking actually. This is gonna be neck and neck, seeing the early misses from the two players, but it's still a very close score despite that.
I mean, that intro is quite evil with some mercy, so it's understandable that both of the players misses, but Jerem here hitting two other drops here, which allows Clamati to build up a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, Clamati holding better as well, having only one miss on the first half of the song. Although we yet have to see how it's gonna go on the second half of the map. At least both players are on the 99% range in terms of accuracy, looking pretty good, but Jerem should not do any more misses or else it's going to give the point to Clamati.
It's still quite close, so both players need to remain really consistent throughout the rest of the map here, because if Clamati does get drops here on this map, the lead is gonna decrease and it might go over to Jerem if they get too much of those.
Alright, so far it's been a very good drop from the two players. Clamati still holding, not even missing again.
Yeah, Clamati is still holding very well the combo here, which is not the case of Jerem here.
Very clean play, only one miss and almost 980k.
Damn, that's quite some scores from both of the players here. I mean, the ratios are quite similar, but Jerem not being able to be quite consistent as well, and also the 200 count as well on the side of Clamati here, so yeah, quite a score from Clamati here.
Yeah, very solid. Almost, I think the second best score on this map for the week, I think.
I mean, it might be. I mean,
because I'm pretty sure I know Bajetka got a 900, maybe 993k if I remember.
Damn, what a score! 993 on this.
I think I'll have to verify this, but I know he pulled a very, very good score on this map in particular. I'll tell you about it.
Right. But yeah, now we're gonna be seeing the 9K rice map here being picked out by Jerem here.
Alright, so I was verifying, so almost 990k from Bajetka, he had 988,000. Still very, very strong.
Yeah, this is very, very strong.
Alright, so now we're getting into the 9k rice.
Now again, I think this is gonna be quite a different story there. That to actually start up here.
Always a pleasure to listen to this kind of sounds as well. And here we go.
Both players so far on 0% of accuracy, very good scores. Oh, okay, never mind.
Alright, Clamati going with Mirror for this pick. Interesting. I don't think I've seen anybody yet going with Mirror. Maybe on the other matches, yes.
For Clamati actually in the lead. This is only the beginning of the map, and this is gonna normalize as we go on the map, basically. So far we can't really tell who's having the consistent lead so far.
This is actually a clever placement for the Mirror, considering that indeed some of the trails are more on the right side than the left with Mirror this time. Still neck on neck, but Clamati unfortunately gets a miss. Here we have a trade. So it's getting a bit closer between Jerem and Clamati, but lead so far goes for Jerem. Another trade. Good trills.
It's really quite close. I mean, the lead did grow just a little bit towards Jerem's side, but there's still a chance for Clamati because, I mean, those graces, those trees, they are quite tricky, and a crash out from Jerem can definitely switch the lead back over to Clamati here.
Yeah, but it could also affect Clamati, and the difference being 2% of accuracy doesn't really help out much Clamati. He needs to catch up Jerem if he wants to take a breakpoint on this pick in particular.
I mean, so far Jerem is still quite comfortable. He's about 98% of accuracy so far, so I mean, Clamati definitely need to work on something to be able to catch up the accuracy there, to be able to at least have a chance to get the point over here.
Alright, one slight miss from Jerem, but nothing too bad. Until I said that, because he got quite a drop in accuracy, but still okay.
I mean, why Jerem does drop, Clamati does drops as well, and they drop even more, which means that the lead is actually growing up, and Clamati is just about the S rank here.
Yeah, the second drop is also harder than the first drop because of some of the trills placement being much more challenging.
Absolutely. And we're getting towards the ending of the map here, which means that there's
Go ahead.
There's less and less time for Clamati to catch up here.
Yeah, it's pretty much the end. Only 20 seconds left, and I don't think Jerem is going to crash out. He's being fairly stable onto the last section.
That's pretty much it. That seals the deal here for Jerem getting their second point in this match.
Very close regular ratios, by the way, from the two players. Like only 30 regulars of difference between the two of them. And it's all about readability, the misses as well that played out for this pick. But it does make sense since Jerem actually has an advantage on this pick when you look at the qualifiers results as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, as you said, this is really the miscount difference, which does make up the difference in score here. But now we're gonna be seeing Clamati's pick.
Alright, 7k LN is going to be the pick from Clamati. So going straight with 7ks.
We know just how strong Clamati is at 7k. So that pick pretty much makes very much sense here. So far we have not seen anything outside of 10k, 9k, and 7k. So I mean, now it's the time we're gonna get to see something else after this map. Okay, well, so the map is starting. We're into the 7k. Yeah, here we go with the 7k Ellen map here. We just wait for Clamati's client to sync up, and yeah, here we go. I mean, this is only the introduction of the map, but so far, Jerem with a very, very clean accuracy so far.
And here, I think the tempo increases in this section. Not sure.
I mean, yeah, we get to see tricher patterns here. And
clean
Jerem
miss.
dropping. Oh, there's
late
no
trade by Clamati.
Yeah, both trades here. But Jerem actually having the better accuracy overall there.
Yeah, the accuracy so far pays off for Jerem, despite the miss.
I mean, I think so far Jerem has just one more miss than Clamati here. Things that if they get one more, I think the lead is actually gonna switch back over to Clamati here. And as I say that, but I mean, this is still quite clean, and I think the lead is just gonna get to flicker, that's it.
Yeah, it's still very close, though Clamati is very well holding on the patterns. There is going to be a trade miss between the two. Or getting into the funny stairs within the patterns. Oh, a miss from Clamati. And another one, unfortunately, late traded by Jerem.
So both misses being traded back, but Jerem does another one, but it is traded back again by Clamati.
Wait, we're very close at the end, though. We're very close. Oh, no, not another miss. Oh my god.
Wait!
Aye.
Only 1,000 point of difference. Damn. Look at the ratios, the 200. Like, those scores are literally the same.
Yeah. I don't think I ever expected to see such flickering. Oh man, really close, really close. Clamati barely winning his own pick as well.
And I mean, the scores are just so similar here.
Yeah, between the regulars, number of misses, overall ratio. Well, what else can we ask but see the next pick? It's going to be the 8k LN picked by Jerem. And now we're going to start talking because I'm curious as to how the 8k maps are going to be played between the two players.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting to see those 8k maps being played out by both of the players here, because as we've seen, Jerem is more of a higher team mode player, so we've seen them play quite well the 10k and 9k map, so they can definitely play with the Pinky. The thing is that Clamati is also quite a good BMS player as well, so they definitely know how to play the scratches as well. So I mean, this can be really close.
Yeah, and also considering the seeding the two players got for 8k in qualifiers, I think maybe Clamati will be skill capped, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be very close on the 8k range for sure. Alright, we're waiting for the map to begin.
It should begin very, very soon.
Alright, Clamati using a mirror for this one.
So Clamati being here a right scratch player actually, so we'll see how it goes. This 8k LN map.
Alright, Clamati having a good advantage with the accuracy so far. Jerem not being able to increase the accuracy, staying at around 98 so far. Clamati will get a miss, but still very nicely stable unless getting more misses. Well, still fairly stable though, 98.3%.
So far both players are just dropping about the same, but it's still quite close, like we can't tell anything so far.
It still wiggles, like there's only 2,000 points of difference between the two players. Accuracy is being close enough. Jerem having less advantage with the accuracy. Clamati building up the accuracy back. And as I said, unfortunately gaining a miss. Oh my god. Alright, another one, so it goes back to Jerem.
I mean, yeah, Jerem being quite stable here, holding the combo quite well. So 7,000 point lead, so this is actually the first time in this map that we see a constant lead, but as they drop, the lead is literally decreasing again.
Alright, so far so good. Both of them hitting well the LNs, especially this one's. Oh! Ah, the miss from Clamati, unfortunately, giving back to Jerem. And once again.
Wait, I freeze through the map, and Jerem actually holding quite well.
This is actually an interesting point because Clamati has the advantage with the accuracy. So anytime Jerem is going to get a miss, it's going to be a big gap difference increasing, and unfortunately another miss from Jerem, giving back the lead from Clamati. Trade between the two of them, 10,000 points of difference. Another trade.
And oh, that's quite important, that break from Jerem on that break section, but we're getting towards the ending of the map. There's only about a quarter of the map left, so there is less and less time left.
Oh,
but
attention,
the lead
Clamati.
is still quite close.
Clamati has a chance to get a breakpoint, which will change the whole direction of the match, so he has to be cautious about that. This is insanely close right now.
Both players need to remain consistent here.
Wait a second, accuracy. Another miss? Is it gonna go back to Jerem with another miss? How many? 8 points! No, it trades back!
Wait! Okay.
Oh my days.
500?
524!
What? What am I watching? What? No. I can't believe it. Like, there's one moment that this is 8 points. Like, this map really... Like, this is really the ending which determines who won this map. Like, this was so close.
Yeah. It really seemed that Clamati will get the breakpoint as well, considering the very good accuracy he was holding through the map. And you can see he is the one with the better accuracy overall. But the combos paid off more on the side of Jerem. Unbelievable. What a point. Well, next up is Clamati to pick.
And now I think we're gonna be seeing the 6k LN map. Yeah, as I predicted, quite expected from them to pick this map, the 6K LN map, which is Amethyst Aurora here.
You lose score when you miss? Yes, that is correct. I think in many it should be very little of score you lose. In other game modes, it's much more punishing though.
So this name says about the map, this map is actually tripping.
Yeah, tripping, and I'd say one of the hardest maps of the pool as well. For some reason, it's of course not that much picked, and I mean it makes sense when you watch the map.
We're in the intro of the map, nothing to scoff at the moment, so both players still very comfortable, but this is gonna get harder as we go into the map.
Right, here we go, onto the first dynamic drop here. First miss was from Jerem, thus Clamati getting a bit of advantage in both in accuracy and score.
And yeah, so far Clamati still F-seeing the map, and those N inverses being hit by Clamati, never mind, just at the ending of the pattern here. Quite unfortunate, but still quite clean from them.
They trade from Clamati, but a clean miss, thus he's going to still hold an advantage. Jerem getting another miss, unfortunately. Also, this time both players, I just noticed it, they're not using mirror mode.
Absolutely no mirror for this map whatsoever. And the lead is actually decreasing as we speak, like there's less than 2,000 points lead, but Jerem is dropping, giving Clamati a little bit of work to go with.
Yeah, Clamati being more stable so far through the map, considering some of the LNs being quite short in terms of release, and combined with the rice placements, it becomes hard to hold, but Clamati does it better, and it pays off. Accuracy very close to 99%, although we can say the same for Jerem. There's not much difference in accuracies between the two players.
The accuracies are quite similar, like both players are still holding quite well to the combo here, and never mind.
Yeah, Jerem getting a miss, unfortunately. Clamati still holds up with a big combo, 1,600. And as soon as I said the number, finished.
Damn.
A miss. The caster's curse is a lot of times real. Alright, we're at the last quarter of the map. Jerem unfortunately keeps getting on the misses, although mainly misses where the rice notes are placed, I'd say.
Okay.
I mean, last 20 seconds of the map.
And those trees, you really need to be consistent on them. And so far, Clamati having a little bit more of a lead here. We're getting towards the ending of the map, and there's less and less time for Jerem to be able to catch up there.
Yeah, now Clamati was stable enough, and that is going to be a secured point.
And now we're into 3-3 there.
Better ratio on the side of Jerem for this one, but not the miscount. Ooh,
Yeah, I mean,
4K LN.
Damn. Now this is gonna be interesting, because so far we have not seen any low key mode map, but I mean, there's still the 8K rice map on the field, so this might be picked later on, but we're gonna do the 4K LN map here.
Yeah. Also, just to reply in the chat, I think being friends does help out, because you're just having more fun playing with someone you appreciate the skills he has. Thus, I guess maybe you have a bit of nerves, but not too much at the same time, because you'll appreciate the player you have in front, and it's the trust that you have between you and the other player that exists that makes the match more, let's say, more comfortable for the two of them.
Clamati just said inshallah, so that means they're gonna FC the map for sure.
Alright, let's see if that's true. And as usual, I like this funny song.
Yeah, quite fun song. With the little bit of love there in the MP3.
Okay, sure.
But so far, both players FCing the map.
Yeah, on the accuracy being quite different, we have a 0.5% of difference between the two players, but holding pretty well.
And Jerem is loading so well, like being above 99.70% of accuracy there.
Ooh, attention, Rice miss from Clamati.
And this is not being traded back by Jerem back, but it is actually. But the accuracy is still on their side.
Yeah, same difference in terms of accuracy. We're talking about 0.5%. 0.05, sorry. No, yeah, 0.5, I'm not stupid. I know my math, I'm sorry.
It looks like Clamati is raising quite late there and sometimes, so or quite early, so they're definitely less stable than Jerem here on this map.
Yeah, I can confirm this. There's more Marvelous on the left side than the right one. Although we advise the viewers to please not watch too much the judgment from Clamati if you don't want to have epilepsy. Thank you. Regardless of that, we're half in the map. Jerem is going to... Oh wait, there's a trade. Jerem saving himself so far. Still having a lead. Clamati getting a miss.
This section of the map is brutal, like those shields. You can really drop combo on them, and that is being shown here by Clamati dropping on those shields as well.
Yeah, that is true. Especially that when you listen to the song, what doesn't help is this sudden transition to a different measure type. Like you go from binary to ternary, and it's a trippy thing, basically. But yeah, so far both players are very stable though. Not much difference. Clean miss from Jerem.
Yes, clean miss, but still holding to that 99% mark here.
Clamati approaching once again the 99%. Is he going to be able to make it?
Might be, and the lead is still quite close, but the map is actually quite long, so they need more drops from Jerem to be able to catch up, but so far Clamati is being quite stable, so there's not much they can do to end. Never mind, there is the drop, which is gonna make the lead increase furthermore for Jerem.
Alright, 20 seconds left for the music. Once again, another miss from Clamati, 10,000 points. Now it's still not over considering the density of the map. Last section.
Now, I think now this pretty much seals the deal. Jerem actually demolishing the ending of the map here and getting that 4 points, getting into the match point situation there.
Yeah, really solid scores from the two players, especially Jerem with only 4 misses. Pretty good regulars ratio as well.
Absolutely, that ratio from Jerem is actually really, really clean.
Alright, Rise 5k seems to be the pick from Clamati.
This is gonna be quite an interesting pick as well, so we're not seeing the 8k Rise map, maybe for the tiebreaker situation, maybe, if Clamati does get that point correct. map is actually really tricky one, a really technical one. So both players are gonna have to remain really consistent if they wanna get that point.
Alright, so this map going to determine if we're going to be seeing a tiebreaker or not. There is most likely a chance considering a lot of points being very close between the two. And since the 9k and 10k maps are long gone, Jerem is going to have a bit more tough of a time to select, in case he loses, the better map to end the match. But we'll see. Maybe he can get a breakpoint as well. There's still a chance.
We only have to wait and see how it goes for this map.
Alright, here we go. We straight up jumping in.
For the accuracies are quite similar, just a little bit of an advantage for Jerem QM so far, both getting just a 200 there, I've seen.
Oof. That's... sad misses from Clamati. Oh no.
This is not looking good for them. They dropped a lot of the tricky bursts, which allows Jerem to lead a really comfortable lead here, especially considering they're still very stable. Oh, I did see a 50 though, so that could have been a drop there, but they are still holding the AFC here.
Yeah, and I think Jerem is taking too much of a good lead right at the beginning of the point. Because on the second drop, Jerem is going to be pretty fine as long as he doesn't make too much misses. But Clamati has to make sure that the second drop is where he holds on the nose, holds on the combos. Because otherwise, there's no way he can catch up Jerem. So it's really going to be determined with the second drop. And we're halfway in the map.
And Jerem dropping halfway through the map. This is gonna decrease the lead a little bit, but this lead is still firmly on the side of Jerem here. So Clamati here needs to remain consistent throughout all of the ending of the map if they want to have the chance to get to the tiebreaker situation there.
Right, start of the second drop. So far so good for the two players. Jerem getting the first miss, and Clamati is so far holding it the best he can with a big combo. There is a chance that he can catch back up. Jerem having a second miss.
The lead has decreased quite a bit so far, so there's a chance.
Oh no, not a miss from Clamati. This is going to be rough because Jerem has built a lot of good combos at the beginning of the map, thus giving him an advantage of 15,000 points. But then two misses. It's becoming lower, 6,000 points. Clamati, late trade. Is it gonna chip back? Is Jerem gonna miss again or not? We're very close to the end right now.
Damn, the thing is that there is not much difficulty left in the map, so I think this is over.
No, this is over, yeah. It was not enough for Clamati, unfortunately struggling with the first section. Holding very well though the second section, but that is gonna be it. Jerem wins 5-3 against Clamati on that last pick, the 5k race. Congrats to Jerem winning the match for today. We're going to be seeing Jerem on the semifinals on the winners brackets, and Clamati, we're also still seeing the player on semifinals, but he is going to move to the loser brackets.
The GG well played to both players here. Really great match, a close match as well. And well, as you said, Jerem QM actually moving up the winners bracket. They will be up against Baguetka next week, while Clamati will be up against Krichel in the losers bracket. And there's only one match left, which is gonna be Seneca versus Rodrigo, which is gonna be at 17 UTC, commented by Sparky.
Yep. So next match is going to be in 2 hours. And I think that's all we can say. Definitely going to be an interesting match as well to watch between 2 Portuguese. I don't know if it's commentated by a Portuguese though. That's my question.
No, unfortunately, Sparky is a American Eagle, you know.
Man. Well, it's okay.
But,
Maybe next
I mean,
time we'll have a Portuguese, if possible.
We'll see, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I hope that, I mean, we hope that you've got a good time watching this match. We hope that both players have fun playing this match. And with all that said, we're gonna get you guys later. Bye bye.
Take care, boys and girls. See you.